Paul Lipscomb is one of the most serious sexual offenders I've ever come across within Leicestershire Police. What he has done and how he has groomed multiple girls is truly shocking and terrifying. Very calculated, very premeditated. It was very well organised. He targeted these children for his sexual gain. He'd been speaking to multiple girls of different ages, and it was really shocking, just the level of it and the amount that was on there. It was really worrying, and my immediate reaction was to be like, we need to identify who these girls are. We need to make sure that they're safe. We need to make sure that they've got the support. Very well organised, very well thought through. So he would create fake profiles on Snapchat and portraying to be somebody else. So he portrayed to be, he went by two names. Majority of the time was a Don Woodmore and George. He would have these accounts on Snapchat, and he would add random girls on Snapchat and speak to them, and he would target them in a way that if they knew there were vulnerabilities there, he would act as like a friend, as a support for them. He'd kind of approach them in a way of going, hey, hope you don't mind the ad. I'm a slightly older guy. I'm here if you need to speak to me, if you've got any worries about anything, trying to build their trust. And he would kind of message them as a kind of constant message as well. So it wasn't just a message once a day. There'd be quite a few messages in the morning, messages after school. There would be, he'd check in. He'd like say, I'm here if you need to speak to me. Don't worry if you tell me anything. I'm under no oath. I don't need to tell the authorities. I've been through similar stuff. So he would relate to them on similar things of interest or similar mental health, or he'd try and just engage with them in any way he could to get them to speak to him and trust him. And then he'd slowly start to make those conversations a bit more sexual. He would try like just gradually a bit more flirty. The message would start to get a bit more flirty, and then kind of say things like, oh, how come you don't have a boyfriend? You're really pretty. I would look after you if that was me. If one of them has got a boyfriend, he would kind of say, oh, I hope he does this and looks after you because I would. So just acting as that reassuring friend, but also a bit flirty. And then they just keep progressing to then start to introduce, oh, can we meet? Do you want to meet up? Do you want any vapes, alcohol? Do you want to lift anywhere? So trying to get them to meet with him. So they would send images. There'd be kind of like rules that there would be within that relationship with him about send pictures when you're brushing your teeth, send pictures in the shower, and when you're home, what you're eating. So there'd be a level of control with that victim. And it's really sad because they were taking lots of images, and it would just be like, for example, them brushing their teeth. And then again, it's just that build up. Okay, so they're sending me images, and then it's like, oh, images then of the shower. So that it's built and it's gradually building to be more intimate, to be more sexualized, and they're just getting that gradual exposure to it. And it's kind of like desensitization with that. So it starts off as something very little, and then it's just more exposure that he's doing. And then it's then, when you look back, it's gone quite far. When speaking to them, their context of his age was a bit blurry because they just kind of believed what he said. He was 30-year-old guy and messaging them, and they believed him. And he kind of gave, because they've built this friendship with him, and he came across as a friend, someone that they were in a relationship with. They'd already kind of developed feelings for him, someone that was showing them attention and care. I believe that Paul Lipscomb has been doing this for a few years. We've investigated him from September 2023 to April 2024, and we believe that he has been offending before September 2023. So we are still investigating him with regards to other offences against other possible victims. We are continuing that investigation, and we would urge anyone that has spoken to him to come forward and speak to us, because we want to make sure that you get the right support and the right network to support you through that, and to listen to kind of what's happened and understand that, and just make sure that they are fully supported.